So I got a bone to pick here with Dr. Trevor, and I like the guy, but sometimes he says things that are just wrong. I think he's doing a lot of good for the peptide community, but the problem is when you just say something kind of angrily into a microphone, sometimes people just think it's true and they don't go do their own research. Well, I do my own research on things. I want to play a clip for you and explain why it's wrong.
Let's go. But there's two versions of this peptide too, and choosing the wrong one is the difference between a firecracker and a pretty much sustainable nuclear fusion reaction. And they're radically different. And I have CJC without DAC, drug affinity complex, has a half-life of 30 minutes at best. So you inject it. It gives this very strong but very brief pulse of growth hormone, and then it's gone on rhythms, right? Not shock. Okay, step one. So a constant low, it's very low. It's low. It's like it tickles, right? The pituitary. Very low level presence of CJC1295 with DAC. I'm going to keep saying because you guys will get confused. Mimics the natural pulsatile secretion of GH far more effectively than these sporadic jolts of the non-DAC version. So that's why it's a big deal. 6 days. So it doesn't give you that hard hit. You understand why I'm telling you this? That big hard hit out of the gate isn't going to benefit you. In fact, it's going to cause a lot more problems. So you get much more of a benefit with this slow ramping up. So it's not a big giant hammering where your gland just goes bananas and then your liver just fights and goes berserk trying to crank out IGF-1. It doesn't work like that. It slowly ramps up your own production over 6 days. You get the anabolic reparative benefits of elevated IGF-1 around the clock, not just for 30 minutes to 60 minutes post-injection. Do you see now why? So now you're 144 plus hours.
Okay, so you just heard him. He said a couple things I want to clarify. He said that if you take the no DAC version of CJC1295, that your IGF-1 levels are only going to be staying elevated for like 30 minutes. Wrong. When you take the no DAC version of it, you know what happens? It does the same thing that your body normally does when you release growth hormone. Your growth hormone triggers the IGF-1 levels, and those IGF-1 levels will actually stay elevated for 8 to 12 hours. In some instances, they will stay elevated for over 24 hours. But if you're overlapping, like I do, a morning and a nighttime dose fasted, you're going to have elevated IGF-1 levels all day long. Now, here's why this is beneficial. Because when you take the DAC version, what ends up happening is you have a constant drip of growth hormone because it binds to the albumin, and this is going to cause your pituitary gland to release weaker natural pulses. Over time, this can cause water retention, carpal tunnel, and it's not going to give you those same anabolic effects that you're looking for from growth hormone. That's why if you go do your own research, heck, I don't care if you Google it, ChatGPT it, whatever,